Hi, welcome to episode 12. I am officially out of fingers, so we're just going to do that. I am so excited. I'm going to try to contain myself, and you'll understand why here in just a few minutes. But today, I am going to share with you all about the deals we are doing, and this all came together so fast. And again, you'll understand why really fast. So this show began as a way for me to share tips on how to begin flipping the easiest type of property, land. Because let's face it, we all know there's money to be made in real estate and everyone's doing it wrong. So I realize that, whether you're getting started in real estate or anything else, getting started is often the hardest part. I am Jill DeWitt, co-founder of Land Academy, and together with my partner, Steve and Jack Butala, we have completed close to 16,000 real estate transactions of many property types. And when I say those number of transactions, that's only us. It's not our members. It's not our community. That's solely us. Every Wednesday at 2 o'clock Pacific time, I'm here to help you connect the dots to get started flipping land or tackle something that is not getting done. And today I am live on Facebook and hopefully YouTube as well. So if I talk to a different camera a little bit, I'm kind of looping in my other YouTube folks here. So today's topic is the amazing funding deals I am doing this month. Okay. I am so excited and I'm serious. I'm really trying to contain myself because this is just like, these numbers are staggering what has happened. I'm going to show you a spreadsheet in just a few minutes, and it's going to show you the reason why I am personally changing my job description this month. On January 1st, we decided to open up our funding ability to our whole member community. And in 8 days, because this was through yesterday, over $600,000 in equity was created by our members. And I'm going to show it to you in a minute. And in just those 8 days, that group is only 17 people. It's 14 members, 17 submissions. And I'm going to show you it's staggering. So let me walk you through what I'm talking about. Over here, I'm showing you is our landinvestors.com online community. If you've not been here before, check it out. It's everything land. It's members and non-members. It's free to everyone. So go check it all out. Just get a login, get a password, get in here, start asking questions. So here I am on the Land Investors website. Under product release updates, you'll see a landinvestors.com funding now live. You click on that. And here you are, the deal funding contact form. So this is what I'm talking about. I changed everything I'm doing right now today and this month and this year going forward because of what just happened. So we opened up this deal funding form. We just started to put it out there, just barely started to share it with our people. And I'm going to show you the results in a minute. So here's a contact form that you can go. And so if you have a deal right now, who no matter who you are or what group you're in, by the way, this is for everyone. Bring it. We are now funding deals for people, and we do the whole funding. So it tells you a little bit about at the beginning here, what you fill out, your name, your email, your phone contact, whether or not you're a member. We want to know when the state and the county APN, that's all about the property that you want us to fund, the acreage, purchase price, what you think it can sell for, what you think is the sale time, and the total number of transactions you've completed, and you click submit. That's it. That's all you do to get the ball rolling. Now, what happens after that? This is the part that I'm so excited about. I can't believe it. So I can't wait to show you. This is the results, again, of the 8 days so far this month of what has come in and why I'm changing everything that I'm doing. So, moment. And I'm gonna go over this in detail so you can really kind of get a good picture what I'm talking about here. So for some people, I know you might be on your phone, you might be just kind of listening. So I'll try to spell it out for you, and you can always watch it later, watch the replay. So as you can see along the left, here's a date of the days these transactions came in. I blacked out the important information. I blocked out the name of the submitter. I blocked out the email address. I blocked out phone number, county, APN. But what I kept is the important part that for you to be able to see. So as you can see, I actually had an international one that came in right at the top there. We don't do international ones, but let me scroll down. So you see all the different states. These are from all over the country that just came in. Arizona, Colorado, Texas, Florida, Virginia, Washington State, California, Texas, Ohio. I mean, just a great, great mix of properties that people are finding and they need help funding. So next you can see I have the acreage, and I have everywhere from, as down as small as 4.7 acres and as large as 51 acres and everything in between there. Next, you're going to see the purchase price. So what this is when I say purchase price, this is already the done final negotiated purchase price that they have with that seller ready to go. They just need the money to fund the deal. So that's what this is. So here in the purchase price, I'm gonna go through a few of these. Just now, I'm gonna pick out some really good ones line by line and show you what the heck is going on in my world. I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger. And this is a real snapshot too, in case you were wondering. This is a legit snapshot of my internal company spreadsheet. So if you see things like Omar, some of you know Omar who works for me, his notes, SB notes, well, that's Steven, and JD notes, that's me. So there's some notes there that we're put in here. So here's a deal I highlighted. Colorado just came in, of course, in the last 8 days, 23 acres. The negotiated purchase price is already $6,930. That's it. So this is what this person is looking for me to fund. The estimated sale price, $38,000. And I know this person, by the way, but look over here, they're a member and they've done 25 deals. Okay, that tells me that it's probably worth 50, maybe 60. I don't know. It's something like that. And I'm going to get into more detail here as we get into our due diligence. But this is the kind of deals that are coming in. So they already know that. I trust these guys after this many deals and been here this long. And these are very conservative timeline. They say, all right, they estimate sell it for $38,000 in 90 days. I actually think that's kind of conservative. It's probably going to go faster, but think about it. $31,000 with an ROI of 448%. You'd be dropping everything and changing your job description too. So that's what's going on. Let me go through a couple here. Here's two. 40 acres, 40 acres, 12.5, 12.5, each about the estimated sale price, $25,000. Who wouldn't do this? And in 2 weeks, absolutely. Again, 2 weeks is probably being very conservative. Buy it for 12, sell it for 25 because it's worth 40 or 50 all day long. Love it. And again, these are members. Let me go down to some other ones here that I really, really love. Here's a 20 acre in Washington State. I love Washington State, by the way. 20 acres in Washington State. Haven't even touched what could also possibly be on it if there's timber or something like that. There may be some fantastic attribute that we don't know about yet that we haven't even dug into. So just the initial thing, they negotiated $10,439, which to me, by the way, when it's an exact number like that, that means that, and let me see, and they are a member. So this is exactly how we roll. We don't just throw out, when we send out our offers, we always put out a real detailed, specific number for a reason. It sparks interest and it gets these people kind of wondering, why'd you come up with this number? And if it sings to them like this one did, they sign it and send it back. So To me, this looks like they signed it, send it back. It's probably what happened get their exact number. This person knows that they can quickly buy it for 10, sell it for 26,500, 153% ROI in 4 weeks. Again, I think that's conservative. I think it's going to go faster. Let me go down a little bit more. Here's one that I really love. It's in Ohio. I actually was looking at this one with Stephen yesterday. I think it was yesterday. We had a meeting with the member who's working on this transaction. It's probably going to go really quick. It's 10.9 acres. It's commercial. It's next to some chain. It's like a commercial property in between some chain properties that I'm not going to drop any names here, but I'm just going to say it's black and white what's going to happen with this one. So they negotiate a price of $50,000 on this property. Estimated sale price of $300,000 / however, I want to point this out. And even that is conservative. That's an ROI of 500%. And what I know about this property is this property was listed. I'm just not going to get into the whole details here. But it was listed by an agent on the MLS for over $700,000. And it's not sold, obviously. And the people are now saying, let's just do this. So I know what it's worth. And we ran some numbers, and I know it is worth, in the $700,000 range. But you know what? I'm happy to get in for $500,000, get out for $300,000 in 90 days. No, that's no brainer. So that's what I want to show. I'm gonna move this up on the page. You can see that a little bit there. So the last thing I want to really show here is the big overall picture, which is all of these properties add up to a purchase price of $381,000. These are all negotiated, signed. These people are standing by, ready to go, want to close these deals. The estimated sales price, and again, these are all conservative numbers, is $998,000. So a net equity already in 8 days of $617,000. Who would not drop everything? Who would not pay $381,000 to make $617,000? No one. And that's why I'm dropping everything and changing what I do right now today. And I am so excited. We took us, it's funny because Steve and I just met at the beginning of this year, and we did a whole, kind of corporate realignment, looked at what he's going to focus on, what I'm going to focus on, and this wasn't on there. And in the last couple days, as these deals were coming in, we took a step back and went, we got to make some changes. And the reason I'm doing it is because I got to be honest, I love it. I live for this stuff. When we created Land Academy, okay, I'm not going to get emotional here, but when we created Land Academy, this is what we were doing. We were doing the deals, and I love the deals. And while Stephen was taking the primary role of writing and filming, and I had my parts, you've seen it, my parts were while I was doing the transactions, running the business, and he was doing Land Academy. I love this. So as Land Academy came and grew, I stopped being, I was always involved in transactions, but not day to day in it. And I've kind of always missed it. So I really love it. So it just happened last weekend where we took a step back and Stephen sat me down and said, hey, we got to talk. This is what's coming in, and he's looking at what to do with it, and it was kind of his idea, hey, do you want to do this? And I was like jumping out of my skin. I can remember it. It was Sunday night. I was jumping out of my skin saying, put me in, coach. This is what I love to do. I have so much fun doing this. So I'm excited. There's so much coming up. So nothing's going to change major, with what I do with Land Academy, but I'm stepping back into my former acquisition leadership role, and I am really going to head up this deal funding team. So I'm excited. This is a permanent thing for our members and for non-members as well. So I want you to submit them. And I want to say too, that if you're watching right now and you see a deal, you see you on there, and you probably know who you are. You're going to know that, oh, I know that acreage, and I know that state, and I know that price. I know that's my deal. My team today, you're going to get some form of email today getting you the next steps, because I'm on it, man. We decided on Sunday night, and I slept on it Monday. I woke up so darn excited on Monday. I cannot tell you. We met Monday and Tuesday, putting this plan together, and it's Wednesday now, and we're doing it. So watch your email, please. So I'm really excited. And everyone wins here, by the way. This is not just us. And this now really should hit it home that there should be nothing keeping you from getting started in this business. So now I want to go ahead. I want to open it up to Q&A, and answer any questions that you have. So thank you so much. Let me jump in here. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I got Joshua. Awesome. Joshua said, I got approved for funding last month. Super excited. I am so glad, Joshua. Thank you for sharing that with us. I love it. Second here. Hey, aloha from Hawaii. I'm guessing, Joe. Glad you are watching us. All right. I have a question here from Jake. Hi, Jake. Hey, Jill, now that I got my first mailer out, yay. I'm so excited. Doesn't it feel good, Jake? That's the best thing. Just get it in the mail, right? You just have to get that out. And then the next thing is just start answering the phone and just start doing that. It'll all work out. So Jake says, hey, Jill, now that I've got my first mailer out, I've been preparing for the first calls, right? Crap. Not sure I'm ready. That's great. Don't worry about it. Can you walk through the steps we should take to prepare? Tools, resources, PDF we should use to capture the info, and what questions we should ask? Thanks. Yes, absolutely. Jake, you should have from the member dashboard in the documents, you have my inbound call seller checklist. I still do that for my team. Have it on their desk. So when the calls come in, they just grab a sheet and fill it all out. And it has all the pertinent information in there. It does two things. One, you're comfortable. You kind of know what to ask them. B, I think too, it makes you more comfortable because you sound smart because you're knowing the questions to ask about the property. Make sure you're getting, and C, you're making sure you get everything, all that you need. It's, not just the contact information for the person as the inbound calls come in, what is your name? What is your phone number? What's your email? By the way, are you the seller? Are you the only person on the deed? If you're the one taking the calls, and it's different for it's you and different for Pat Live. We, of course, condense it for Pat Live, but I'm going to talk just right now as if it's you. You want to get as much information as you can on that initial call, and it's all spelled out on that checklist. If you watching this are not a member and you want my checklist, you may certainly have my checklist. Please just send an email to my team, support@landacademy.com, and they will make sure you get a PDF of my checklist. Have it, share it, make it your own. It's yours. So that's what you need to do to prepare. Dallas, hi Dallas. Yay, Dallas, the winner of our drawing last month. I'm so excited to see you here. And Dallas, man, if you want to pop in any notes on anything here about the program and your experience so far, bring it. I would love to share that. So thank you. So Dallas says, it's encouraging to see that you guys do deals of all sizes. Heck yeah. Do you offer terms on your bigger parcels? Dallas, we have honestly got away from terms deals. Personally, do people in our community do them? Sure. Do we talk about it in our program? As you probably have seen so far? Sure. We explain all that. But us personally, I'm kind of more about volume and building up that bank balance now. And I'd rather, man, if it takes me 3 months to find that buyer who can afford to spend, $165,000, then I'd rather do that than do, X amount of $1,000 a month for 5 years. I just want to keep building up the cash and making it big. So, but excellent question. Oh, thank you, Shane. Shane says, my mind is blown. I hope that's because of my list. Isn't that amazing? Shane, I am blown away too. And that's why you could see why it was funny, because I'll tell you how this all happened. Stephen wasn't sharing with me, I think, his anxiety over the weekend watching, because they were coming in on my email. They were coming in on his email. And he's seeing these deals and going, oh my gosh, knowing that, because you know why? What's he working on? He's working on, we have new membership levels that we're putting together. We are working on House Academy, and he's also working on some updates to Land Academy 1.0. We have 2.0, but bless his heart, Stephen is still going back to 1.0 and tweaking some things. Why? Because there's a few tweaks. The concepts are all exactly the same, but when we did Land Academy 1.0, we did not have the tools that we have. We did not have countywise.com that we created. We did not have parcelfact.com. We did not have access to all the data and the things that we have now to make it so much easier. So honestly, from what we did now to what we do today, it is so much easier and there's so much less work involved, which is great. Offers to owners didn't exist. Someone to help you with your data and get it in the mail and do the mail merge for you, that didn't exist. So that's what Stephen's working on. So poor guy was, and I put a lot on him this month. Because hey, our people are asking for it. That's how we roll. Everything we do is because you ask, and we want to get it to you as best we can and as fast as we can. So Stephen's thinking about all these things, and these deals are popping in, and he's just sitting back going, how the heck are we going to do this? And so that's when it came up that I might get the opportunity, and in case you can't tell, I'm excited. So it's going to be great. Thank you. I think it's Sharon. Thank you so much. That is completely insane. Wow, it is. I too cannot believe it. Yes, Justin, it does. Justin, thank you, says, looks like you'll be busy. Oh, goodness, yes. Yeah, we've hired a couple people since you've been here last, Justin, too. So I hope we told my team right now, we talked about it recently. Molly asked, okay, so who are we hiring? And I'm like, well, hold on a moment. I think we could make this work. So I'm going to try to make it work with my existing team, because my team is phenomenal. And they also have their own underlying support for some of the not exciting things, And so, this is what we talk about in 2.0. Stephen gets into great detail about what you should be focusing on and the people below you should be focusing on, and maybe a layer below them should be focusing on. And that's exactly what we're doing. So yeah, I'm taking on some more stuff, but you know what? I get to do the fun parts. So I am so excited. Let's see what else we have. Richard said, looks like there's potential for you to acquire. Yeah. You know what? Thank you, Richard. You're doing the same math that Stephen did, that we could potentially easily greater than $1 million in equity every month. And we just barely started to share this. I mean, I haven't really talked about this even here. We talked about it just a little bit on our podcast. If you've not listened to our podcast, we're famous for not advertising and not promoting, and we're so into focusing and talking about the topic and, answering questions. My team's like, it might be nice if you kind of like, hey, mentioned offers to owners here. Oh yeah, you're right. Okay, we'll get that out there. So we're often kind of behind. That's why we now have a marketing team to help push us forward too and get the word out. Could we do over $1 million in equity monthly? Yeah. Well, in 8 days, we just did over 600,000. So I'm am excited to see, and this might, I might just make this a regular part of this show every week too. It'd be fun. Let's just do it every week on this show. I'm going to show you the latest number for the month. So you'll get to see that 600 number. Next week, it probably will be 1 million. And maybe by the end of January, it might be, 2.4. Who knows? I'll share that because that's fun for me too. Let's see here. Let's see here. Shane says, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being very important, how important is the research for back taxes? Oh, Shane, that's a 10. You do not want to be surprised after you bought a property that has so much back taxes that you were not planning for. That's a 10. So I always know, always going into an acquisition, exactly where it stands. I start with asking the seller, so I kind of have an idea and see, and most of the time, pretty much all the time, if they know, they're honest and they'll say, I'm sorry, I don't know. Or they'll say, I think I haven't paid it in 2 years. Or they'll say, it's current. They'll know right away. And often they're staring at a tax bill. Sometimes when the calls come in and we're talking, they'll have a file there with all their information and they can read off to me the information tax bill. So I start there, but that's not where I end. I still go and double check it. Where I go straight to the county. I can also go, and Shane, you remember, you can go as another resource too to double check yourself into Title Pro 24/7 and pull a lien report. And you can also see, just make sure if anything comes up. So excellent question. That is super important. Let's see here. Gregory, excellent question. Gregory asks, is this deal funding available for infill lots as well? Heck yeah. Bring it. Absolutely. Fill out the form the same way. And most of the input cells on that form are, you can just free flowing. So add comments, add notes, anything you want to supply ahead of time only helps us out when we're looking at these. So, and right now they're looked at daily. So, great question. Charles asks, hello, Charles. Hi, Jill. New to the group, hitting the training hard. I'm so glad. Looking to get mailers out by the end of next week. Awesome. Use Omar at Offers to Owners. He will help you. Thank you guys so much. And looking to grow with the group. Great. I'm so glad. So Charles, as you're starting out, and it often happens to many of us, at some point, you're going to run out of acquisition funds. Don't panic. That's a good thing. And remember, we do not want any good deal to go to waste. And that's part of what this is for. So use this. Use this for anything. You can use it for, hey, I'm low on cash. I'm going to let them fund my deal. Use it for, gosh, I'm not, I think this is a great one. I need another pair of eyes and I want them to fund it with me. And I'm going to make sure it's a great deal because I'm new. Use it for that. Use it for, gosh, these are just too big out of my comfort zone. Or here's another one. Use it for, I'm ready to add a zero. I'm ready. Here's a good one. Here's what I want you to think about, Charles, and everyone. You might be mentally ready to add a zero before your bank balance is ready to add a zero. I don't care. I want you to do that. And that's how you will get if your bank balance just catches up with you, that's fine. Do it that way. Stop sending out the $1,000 ones and start sending out the $10,000 ones. Put them in here. We'll get them done. So excellent. And I'm glad you're here, Charles. Let's see here. Shane says, your team and your mentor community is so cool, helpful, and motivating. Thank you, Shane. I am really, really, really happy to hear that. And I have to say, I'm not all surprised. I know our team and our community, and we're all that way. and I'm sure you are too. And it's so awesome to watch newer members come in and them being kind of coached, guided, mentored by our senior mentors, and then we all just keep paying it forward. So I'm so glad that you're here. So thank you. Oh, good. Thank you, Dallas. Dallas is writing the comments for me that I thank you so much. Dallas said, love the program. Jill, it's actually really cool to see how you guys have grown and learned even since creating the first program. The Land Academy crew is so valuable, and we've already boosted our sales since starting. I am so glad. I have to say, Dallas, thank you. When you won, I did a little recon, and I saw that you've kind of been in the business. I'm so glad. And I was telling this to my team. I'm like, this is great. I mean, I kind of knew that you already knew what you were doing. And I knew that coming into it, this is going to probably change and tweak and improve your stuff. So thank you for sharing that with me. And I'm so glad that's how it's going. So thank you. Let's see. All right, I have a question here that came in. Brock asked through Omar, how did you guys ever get from doing a single deal to where you are now, and how long did it take? You know what? It did not take that long. And I'll tell you how we get there. It was in the 90s. And this is an awesome question, Brock. I'm glad you're asking this. This is in our ebook. And I'll say a little more about this at the end, but our ebook really is the story of us and the story of how we got here, and a real good overview of our whole business model. So check out the ebook. It actually explains it in detail. And what's also really cool too, if you have time, or when you have time, go to landacademy.com, and actually, I'm going to show you guys this because I just love this. So let me jump over here. I'm going to get you guys on. My team put together. This is one of the things. Our team is amazing, and they come up with things without us asking. And one of the things that they came up with for us was an awesome Land Academy story. So here we go to landacademy.com, under About, hit the Land Academy story. I'm going to show you a little bit here. Sorry, I'll take that off the page there. There we go. So I'm on the head I'm one of the photos. There we go. On the Land Academy story. I was cracking up, obviously. Okay. So it talks about backing up 2018. And you know what's so great about this? Already 2019. I've got a few things for them to put on here, but it's really cool. You can kind of go back and just kind of, scroll back to where it all started. Even here's my Facebook first live show, our first live events, our 800th podcast. And you can just see it's really, really, really cool. So I would go there, and you can read more about our story and learn about us and how we got here. It's an excellent question. All right. Shane has a technical one kind of for me. Let's see here. Shane is asking, do you ever deal with land that has an improvement value? Well, then it's got a structure on it. 20%, 40%. What does percent look like? 10% fence, 20% fence and a driveway. I'm looking for Steven, because this is actually a perfect one. Oh, here we go. It's about 4 to 5. Steven's already answering it in this section here. I think this is for you on Shane. I don't know if he's answering this one or another one. So I'm going to let Steven answer that one, because he's a pro on that. I'm not really looking for a percent, because a 20% improvement value, I can't always guarantee exactly what it is. I'm really looking for land or not for land. So that's it. I'm really looking for a 0% improvement value. And if there's something on it, it's a bonus. If I find out it does have a pad on it, that's a bonus. That's what we really look for. So if you want to talk more in detail about that, excellent question to bring up tomorrow. at 3 o'clock Pacific time on our member call. And while I'm talking about our member call, if anyone listening here would like a one-time invite on our weekly live, Stephen and I, every Thursday at 3 o'clock Pacific time member call, all you have to do is send an email to support@landacademy.com and ask for an invite. My team will get you the link and you can listen in. So excellent. Let's see. I think I see Stephen answering some of the questions. I'm going to kind of jump ahead here. Yep, Stephen's answering a few of them in here. So I'm sure in Facebook you guys can see about back taxes. I'm going to skip ahead. Jake's got a comment here I'm going to address. Jake says, hey, I want to thank Stephen for recommending It Works in the course. It was a low-key quick reference, but I tracked down the book and it's helping add zeros. That is fantastic. I'm really, really, really glad. Great question. Hi, Lane. Glad you're here. Lane says, I'm a little late to the live cast today, so this might have already been answers. It didn't. You're awesome. What is the timeline from entering data to deal funding to getting a response? So currently, it's about 48 hours. I want to get that down to 24. So that's my thing. Because I've got people that from Monday, actually maybe even a few more, because I really just took this over officially kind of yesterday. We started it. So here's the story, Lane. In a nutshell, we opened this up. When you go back and can watch this, you'll see the results have been phenomenal. Stephen was sweating, trying to figure out how to fit this in with everything that we already have going on. Stephen asked me about it. I said, oh my gosh, that's my dream job. I always loved doing that. Put me back in, coach. And Stephen said, it's yours. So I slept on it because I talked about this last week too. I was like so jumping up and down Sunday night. I was like crying. Seriously, I was crying Sunday night going, Stephen, you have no idea how happy this makes me. Do I want to do admin and walk around and worry about payroll? Oh my gosh, no. That's the last thing I want to do. I want to do deals. And now I have a team, a huge team, that we could really do some damage, do some great deals here and fund some things. And so I am so excited. So I slept on it. Monday, I woke up, I jumped up. I was even more excited. So I knew it was the right thing. Tuesday, we met, started putting it to place. Here I am Wednesday, sharing my initial outline with everyone and you. And after the show today, everybody on that list will have an email with something about the next steps. There'll be different steps because I didn't put in there what are the yeses, what are the nos, how are we going to handle them, what timeline, and that kind of a thing. So there's a whole lot let me tell you too, there's a whole lot more yeses. There's very, very, very few nos. So don't worry about that. So good question. Let's see. I like Jake and Stephen are having a little side conversation about this book. Stephen says, Jake, he still uses that book, keeps him on track. I love it. Hi, Rod. Rod says, Jill, I just can't keep up with all the latest resources and teaching. Oh, thank you, Rod. Same here. We're doing as fast as best we can. And I'm really glad to hear that. What is 2.0? And what is this about your company funding or buying deals we bring? Is that right? It's funding. Okay, so here's the deal, Rod. 1.0. 2.0 is larger acreage, adding a 0 or 2, bigger dollar amounts, and infill lots. And all the things you need to be doing to go into that next level. Growing your business, what you should be working on, what you should not be working on, and how to structure it all. And also included in that, for the properties that we're doing, the bigger acreage and really specifically the infill lots, really detailed spreadsheets, where to go get the data to upload, to really analyze. All this data is out there for free, but Stephen shows you how to use it. And he gives you the spreadsheet to plug it into, to red, yellow, and green zip codes. So you know right away it just takes all the guesswork out of where you should send your next mailer for infill lots. And that's what it is. So, and right now what we're doing too is we are kind of going back and just kind of refreshing a little bit. That's going to come out this year. And everybody who already has 1.0, you're going to get the 1.0 refresh for free. So that doesn't change anything. You're going to get that. It's all included. It's just going to be even a little bit easier because between 1.0 and now, we've added so many tools to make things so much easier that we don't really need to talk about those. And there's ways that we want to incorporate those into how you're starting your business in 1.0. So that's what Stephen is really focused on, working on right now. So now, and then to answer your question about the company funding, we are funding. I'm not going to buy your deal. I want you to do your deal. So I'm glad you asked this, Rod. This is a great question. So I'm funding. We're doing this deal together and I'm putting up all the money, but you're doing the work. But by the way, I'm paying for the escrow piece, recording, on the buy and the sell. I'm paying for that because you're bringing the deal to me. You did all that and did that work and you've smoked it out basically. Once we go into agreement, we all know, we shake hands and everybody signs off on, we love it. We love the terms and everything. I'm funding it 100%. So you don't have to think about that. And you're going to go out there and you're going to market, you're going to sell it. And then at the very bitter end of it, that's when Rach going to split up the profit. So that's how that works. Excellent question. This is great. There's all these questions coming. I have to kind of scroll down and get caught up here. So, all right, there we go. Thank you, Stephen. I'm going to add your note here just to hit it home. Because Stephen, thank you for answering this for Shane and for everyone. So, we really do look for zero for improvement value. You're correct about slabs and fencing can make up that lower percent, but zero keeps the deals coming in. That's easy. There we go. All right. All right. Richard's got an idea for me. Idea/suggestion. Love it. How about creating, I think this is brilliant, Richard. I can't even finish reading it. How about creating a funding criteria checklist you use to evaluate deal submissions? All right, team, I know my team is watching. We are absolutely going to do this. Richard, that's going to help everyone. Excellent idea. This could help people determine what to submit and what not to submit. I think that's great. In the meantime, submit them all right now. Don't hold back. But that's perfect. And maybe I might even just put it on that front page, like tips on what we look for kind of thing. So And again, if you're in questions, submit it anyway. So love it. All right. You guys are sharing a link. There's a link to a book here that we're all talking about. So I'm going to put that up there. Thank you, Jake. If anybody's looking for that, it's there in the comments. Let's see here. Oh, all right. Omar said, we've been asked by multiple people, and this question is becoming increasingly popular. When is the next live event? Thank you. I have to say I don't have a firm answer on that yet. Steve and I were going to meet on that, and this other thing I got so excited about it. I don't have a firm answer, so I apologize. I will have one by the 15th because I had mentioned a while back that my goal was by the middle of this month be able to announce and get it out there. So I'm going to still, if you guys bear with me, give me till the 15th and I will have an answer. If I don't have an answer on the 15th, I will create one. So you guys, you can hold me to that. I promise. You know what? And I love, this is obviously, this tells me too how big this is. And I'll tell you, we are steering more towards less events, not more events. So, and by less events, meaning we'll make it that good. And that's what we're working on right now. So awesome. Good for you, Shane. Shane just made a comment that, we're trying to red, yellow, and green for land research too. Absolutely. That's a good thing. Even just when you're doing your due diligence, we usually position them, we used to back in the day would position them on our spreadsheet, the good ones at the top, and then, put them in order of how easy they are to close. But you could just easily go through a red, yellow, and green them. Green means, taxes are current. They accepted your offer price. You still love your offer price. The sellers are live and able to sign. And yeah, they do want to close on Tuesday also. It's ready to go. Like for me, that's a green. Yellow is going to be something like, we have a brother we can't find, or we got to figure out something happened over here. We got to figure out how to close. They love your price, but we got to figure out something on the deed or the transfer, or just, some detail like that has to be worked out. But it's not a deal killer, but it needs a little bit of work. And then red would be, they don't like my price. They wanted 4 times my price. And, we can't find 6 of the 10 people that are on this deed. That would be a red for me, because there's so many more deals out there. Just move on. But that's good. I'm glad you're thinking like that. That's what you need to do. And I think it's hard at first because every deal comes in and we naturally want to close every deal, but you can't. You got to really start to, and because when you have 50, you're going to go, uh-oh, now what? And I don't want you to be bogged down with a bad one, keeping you from 3 good ones that would have earned you the same amount of money. So that's why too, we're so adamant about don't leak out 100, units at a time. Get that blast out there. Get those 1,500 or more units out there at a time, so they all come back at the same time. So gosh, in a couple of days or a week, that you've got all your things you work to look at all together on your spreadsheet. Now you're putting them priority, you're red, yellow, greening them, and you're like, perfect, great. In 3 days, I already have my, the 10 deals I want to close right now. Done. And they're easy. And these other ones that I've got here, when I'm done with these, before my next mailer hits, I might work on those, or heck, my next mailer might mean I don't need to, and then circle back to them. That's the perfect. And then some of those too, you have 10 greens and you can't complete them all. Now you have the deal board, the deal funding. So I want you to use that. So yeah, deal board is different. Deal funding is us, and we're going to do it for you. So all right. Let's see here. Thank you. Steven's answering Richard's questions about building. In fact, it's helping our advanced members create custom offer campaigns. Awesome. All right. You guys are having a great little side thing. Rod asks, don't you look at my marketing plan or method, etc., and want to know how long it takes me to sell? Rod, I'm going to look at that myself. So that's a really good question. If you're a member or not a member, I know what you know. If you're not a member, I am going to look at differently. I'm going to see, then I will do my due diligence. Yes. So if you were not a member and you didn't have a land selling website, and you could see if you saw my spreadsheet, I want to know if you're a member and how many deals you've done, because that helps me. If you're not a member and have 0 deals, we're going to approach this differently, because I can't be there to hold your hand through it. But if you are a member or you've done 50 deals, and I see your land selling website and I see what you're going, and boy, you have a credit card checkout right there. Those things are passing my tests. I'm going to go, done, Rod. Do you need more money? What else you got? Kind of thing. So excellent question. All right. Joe Wong says, in RealQuest, good detail question. This might be more for Stephen or for our member call, but let me see here. Besides unchecking the checkbox next to each one unwanted record, is there a way to filter out government-owned properties, for example? Stephen, I'm going to let you weigh in on that, because you can attempt to not, you got to make sure with your, in some of your land use codes, you might, again, Stephen's the pro here, you might have, accidentally included something. So you want to make sure you're using the right land use codes. You're not picking up any public potential properties that might be a government, BLM or something like that. But other than that, then you need to check them. And sometimes we download the data. Sometimes they get in there every now and then, Joe. I mean, how about every download, not just every now and then. In every download, there's going to be some that you scrub out. You're going to go, whoops, how'd that get in there? That's okay. Big deal. It's cheap. It's 10 cents. I don't care about the 10 cents. Do I want to mail them a letter? No, we're getting expensive. I'm not going to mail them a letter. But so that's where you really want to spend the time. Thank you. Stephen's weighing in on this too for me. I'm going to read Stephen's comment. So he said, we look at how many deals you've completed, if you're in the advanced group, if you have prior deal experience outside of this group, and generally if you get it. As you can imagine, this is very simple to evaluate in a 2-minute phone call. That's it. Let's see here. This is a good idea. All right, Jake. Okay, here's a shout out to Shane from Jake. Shane, please, if you want to, go ahead and make a forum, or Jake, make a forum. This is great. So in our online community land investors, this is some of the topics that everyone talks about and shares and grows from. So what we're talking about right here is they're going to discuss red, yellow, and greening land and share best practices within our forum. And if you would like to do that, I zip on over to landinvestors.com and you can find it right there. All right. Awesome. Let's see. I'm going to go away. I'm going to move on down here. I'm going to read here. Stephen's comment to Joe. Many other limitations. We are licensed providers of 24/7, which does add some advanced. Okay, so they're adding out. He's talking about too, scrubbing out those. And we do have data tree with House Academy. So by the way, in case you did not know, we are the only ones who are licensed providers of all three. We have CoreLogic's RailQuest Pro. We have Black Knight Financial Services Title Pro 24/7, which is Agent Pro 24/7, but on steroids, because we want it all. That's how we roll. And we are also Data Tree, which is First American Titles data company. We're licensed providers of that. And that's going to come with House Academy, which is scheduled to be released on March 1st. I will absolutely have some sort of bundle program for those crazy folks out there like us who want it all. So right now as members, you get everything but the data tree, but there's other things that we're throwing in there too that are coming that you don't know about. So, but I will have some kind of awesome, huge bundle where you can just have it all. So great questions. Did you say 50 deals? How about 30 plus deals? Absolutely. Yeah, that was just a general. Stephen just throwing out a number. Rod, if you get it and you've done 30 deals in the last 6 months or a year, a short amount of time that you're really just going for it, you just need a track record. I'm not going to hold you. It's not going to hold you to 30 or 50. There's no flat number. So, but good question. Feel free to submit it. Let's see here. Oh, Shane's following up with this question. You got it, red, yellow, green. Okay, so I just gave you a different idea then. Thank you. But he was referring to sorting which county might get mailed first in a given state. Exactly. So that's perfect. So like in 1.0, Shane, you're learning that, all the criteria that Stephen looks at. And when he goes to, countywise.com and what he's looking at with the density maps and population and things like that, things that might be a trigger that this would be a good place to send mailers. Excellent. So you could totally turn that into that. And I have a feeling in Stephen's 1.0, I don't know if we're going to call it 1.2 or 1.5. I don't know what we're going to call the refresh coming up here in weeks, not months. He's going to kind of incorporate some of that new methodology in there too. So sit tight. Gregory Benz, by advanced group, do you be members of Land Academy? The answer is yes. We have right now a very small invite-only advanced group of people that have done a tremendous amount of deals, and we're working on deals together behind the scenes, and that's actually separate from this. So that's that group. Am I opening that up to more people? Yep. That's coming. And am I going to have different levels and ways for you to kind of nominate yourself, I should say, to get into that advanced group? The answer is yes. And will there be more tools, resources, and other things available to you? The answer is yes. And that's going to be also coming out in weeks, not months. Excellent, excellent question. You guys, I'm hanging in there. If you guys, this is like our longest, this is my longest show yet. So, and you guys have so many good questions. I suspected that everyone would get as excited about this as me. So I'm going to keep going right now. I still have some questions. So, if you keep them coming. Gregory asks, Omar says, this is from Gavin Stafford submitted this. So by how many mailers do you send out to purchase a property? Great question. Traditionally, for land, a 1,500 unit, well-priced mailer is going to yield you from, say, 2 to 5 properties. And I've seen more, but I'm going to be conservative. So that's really what you want to think about, and then get it into a system. You can handle that out every week. Go for it. If you can handle that every month, go for it. So let's see. Awesome. I see Gregory and Stephen talking about the advanced member group. So you guys got that. Here's a great question. Selena asked this. This is coming because I have people submitting questions through different areas that are kind of watching this right now. So they're feeding them to me. Selena asks, can I use offers to owners if I'm not a member? Heck yeah. By the way, it's for everyone. So what is Offers to Owners? Offers to Owners is our own printing company. We not only do the mail merge and then get it in the mail for you at an unbelievable rate. If you need data, if you're not in our world and you need data as well, we can help with that too. So go check out offerstoowners.com. It's offers and the number 2 and then owners. And if you have any questions, just pick up the phone and call Omar. Or I think there's a place on there you could just, even if you want to schedule a call with him, you can do that as well. So great. All right. I think we did it. I hope I got through everyone's questions. If I missed any questions, I apologize. Please send it. You could put it in my online community. You could send a note to support@landacademy.com. You can leave it here in the comments for my team to get back to you wherever. We're here. Thank you so much for joining me today. Again, please feel free to leave any comments and topic suggestions. Leave them below. And also, I really want everyone to know about our ebook. If you have not downloaded our ebook, you need to, and you need to read it. If you're just finding us, you're wondering what the heck this is all about, get our ebook. It's not your normal ebook. It's not a skipping along the top. It's really telling you who we are, a full outline of our business model, a way to even test this model, and now with our online community and things like this, now you can even, read the ebook, see if it makes sense, and start talking to people and ask these questions and ask them here. That's why we're here. I am Jill DeWitt from Land Academy. I'm here to help you get started. That's the hardest part.